Good morning again, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing another video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is lying. Something specific about lying, special emphasis as usual. And that special emphasis is applicable to other things as well. So the idea here is transferable to other ideas, and that will make sense, I hope, here in a moment. Lying is thought to be bad. Deception is thought to be bad. Okay, yes, most of the time it is. When is it and when is it not? Because we're all familiar with little white lies, which aim to paint certain lies as being benign or innocent with a label, if they are small enough. But we find that many times there's a complaint about magnitude when it should be a complaint about direction. I want to say that again. Many times people will complain about magnitude of something when they should be complaining about direction. So, for example, and I say this in a lot of my videos, the snapshot by itself means nothing. That is, the instant event, the behavior, the act in question means nothing without a context. Without some kind of bigger picture to give it a meaning, there is no meaning. Every time. Lying is no different. So lying, we understand, most of us understand lying is the intentional deception for malicious purposes of another person. But it also includes many times, most of the time actually, any kind of false information. So in the context of what I just said, sorry to overload the word context, if the action in question, lying in this case, is defined by the picture around it, and it is every time, what does that mean about a person lying for good reasons? Is that even possible? Let's think about that for a second. Can a person submit something that is obviously not true for the purpose of inspiring thought in hopes to help someone grow or learn something about themselves, or to reveal something in a clever or humorous way? Is fiction lying if you're writing a book about, fictional characters? Because that's not specifically true either. You see, it gets complicated, and it's not actually complicated. It's people keep taking the snapshot and trying to make sense of it without the motive. The motive is the same root word of motivation. What was the motive? What was the person aiming to do? What was their intention, is another word for it. And also the outcome, right? The effect that it had. Was there damage of some kind? Was something taken? Was there an injury? Was there consent? Because that's also relevant. And I'm going to circle back to this idea that every single crime that you can think of boils down to non-consensual damage of some kind. That is, some kind of measurable or provable damage that happened to a person, their emotional state, their property, without an agreement. It's the definition of a crime, if you ask me. Every one of them, actually. So, in conclusion, lying, depending on the way you're using the word, might be perfectly benign if the intention and the effect are benign. If it is for the purpose of entertainment, if it is for the purpose of education, and ultimately, if it's about giving something, not taking something, and that is the effect that it has. Whatever you call it. I hope that makes perfect sense to everybody. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.